Welcome to Now Let's Review. I'm Zach Diktakis, and this is the Mantis scooter from Freeride. Now let's review. Wow! This scooter goes 40 miles an hour, but it's also packed with tons of cool features that make it a more realistic commuter tool than most smaller, simpler scooters. However, it comes at the steep price of $1,700 for the base model and $2,300 for the Pro version. We're riding the Pro. So, who would buy this scooter? Well, either the thrill seeker looking to reach high speeds with impressive acceleration and high performance output, or the practical commuter with a difficult, traffic-filled, annoying, terrible commute who doesn't understand how going 6 miles could possibly take so long. Okay, before we talk about them, let's take a look at what the differences are between the Pro model and the base model. What separates them mainly is the size of the battery. If you go with the Pro, you get a reliable LG with 24.5 amp hours, while the base model comes with a 17.5 amp hour Chinese battery. With the Pro, you'll get full hydraulic brakes as opposed to the cable-actuated hydraulic calipers from X-Tech on the base. 33 Newton meters of max torque compared to 27. A max range of 55 miles versus 40. An upgraded Mini Motors display. And it's 4 pounds heavier at 65 pounds. Aside from those, the scooters are pretty similar, both having two 1,000-watt motors. Yes, that's right. 1,000 watts in front and 1,000 watts in back. 40 miles per hour of top speed, 265-pound max weight capacity, a single-point folding mechanism, front and rear spring arm suspension, front, side, and rear lights, 10-inch air tires with inner tubes, and regen braking. As stated by the manufacturer, the Pro has a 55-mile range on single-motor economy mode. So, I put this to the test. I rode the scooter around on hilly terrain and managed to go 32 miles on the single eco mode, going 22 miles per hour. I was happy with the range I got. It's an extremely usable range. I couldn't even imagine anybody needing to go more than 32 miles on a scooter. However, according to their website, I should have gotten somewhere between 40 and 55 miles of range on the single eco mode. But keep in mind that whenever manufacturers put these range tests on, they are under extraordinarily optimistic conditions, like a nice warm day with perfectly flat terrain. Just generally take it with a grain of salt. We will, however, continue our mission to do accurate, real-world range testing to help our viewers understand what they are buying. That being said, getting 32 miles at 22 miles per hour on a scooter in hilly, cold conditions is perfect for most commuter situations. Now, let's figure out who this scooter is for. Let's take a look at the thrill seeker. Anyone who wants to go high speeds, carving around on the streets, is going to be psyched to get their hands on the Mantis. There is no hill it cannot climb or reasonable terrain that it can't handle. If you can do a wheelie, there's nothing stopping you. If you want to jump off a curb and swoop in around cars, you can do it all on the Mantis. Freeride didn't include a headlight, so we do heavily suggest getting a little attachable, rechargeable one that you can mount on the handles, so that you can see the road in front of you at night. But that isn't to say that they didn't make sure that you would be seen. The Mantis has gorgeous lights on it. They put strip lights on both sides of the scooter to give it this glorious underglow. However, they do dim a lot when using power. There are little lights that face forwards as well as rear lights so that you definitely aren't invisible on the road. And the suspension is an actual dream. It feels like a cloud. You can jump on it like a trampoline. This is one of its most impressive features, and the dual spring arm gives it that praying mantis look. You can really tell how it got its name. Okay, now for the commuter with the clogged mid-range commute. The scooter is perfect for keeping up with traffic on long stretches at higher speeds, cutting through blocked bumper-to-bumper congestion, and getting up steep hills that would wipe you out on a bike. The deck of the scooter is high off the ground and super wide, so you'll be comfortable no matter how you stand on it. So think about it. If you replaced your commute by car with the Mantis, you would save so much money. How much exactly? Well, meet Bob. Bob is an animator working on a new movie about cats. Bob needs to spend more of his time and money with his family and less time yelling at people in traffic. It's bad for his health and his doctor is concerned. Now, let's take a year of Bob's commuter life in San Francisco. His 6-mile drive from the Mission District to the main post takes anywhere from 22 minutes on a good day to 55 minutes on any other day. Over an entire year, Bob would spend $1,804 on car insurance, $6,525 on gas, and then another $6,000 on car payments, totaling $14,329 in yearly expenses. Now let's take a look at Bob's life commuting on the Mantis. Going an average of 23 miles per hour, Bob can get to and from work in about 20 minutes each way. Assuming there is around 72 days of precipitation a year where he lives, Bob might Uber to work. If Bob used UberX to get to work on those days, it would cost about $1,440 over the course of the year. And the yearly cost in electricity to charge the scooter is $95. $6,525? $95. That added to the $2,300 would total $3,835 to ride the Mantis to work for a year. If Bob switches over to the Mantis, he'll save $10,494, and he doesn't even have to pay for parking. Let's not forget that San Francisco has some of the steepest streets around, but with the 33 Newton meters of torque, Bob is hardly going to notice the inclines. And I went out and tested it, and without a doubt, the 2,000 watts of combined power between the two motors can handle really any road. With the option to engage dual motor and turbo mode, you will be able to keep up with traffic. Now let's take a look at the way the scooter operates. On most scooters, in order to change the speed settings, you have to go through these cryptic, complicated display menus. But what I love about the Mantis is that it has a dedicated button to switch between single or dual motor power, and a button that toggles between turbo and eco modes. The scooter has two 1,000-watt motors, which is insane. To put that in perspective, most Bird or Lime scooters have a single 250-watt motor. That means the Mantis is 8 times as powerful. I recommend getting used to the feel of the scooter on single motor eco mode first, because with the dual turbo mode engaged, the scooter can practically pop a wheelie. To get going, balance yourself on the deck of the scooter, put your weight forward, and pull the trigger. There are 3 speed modes independent of the turbo and dual motor options. These speed modes allow you to limit your top speed without affecting acceleration. Simply press the speed button to select your top speed, a nice touch. I was impressed with the brakes on the Mantis. When you start applying pressure to the brake, it engages the regen mode, which gives you a lot of stopping power immediately, but if you really need more, you can pull down harder on the brakes, and it engages the disc brakes. This brake blending is intuitive and honestly it's going to save you on brake pads, and it just gets the job done. We did, however, encounter a wiring problem with the Mantis, and basically sometimes if there was this little bolt loose, the brake line would tell the motor not to engage. This wouldn't make it so suddenly your brakes go off, but if you do stop, you might not be able to go again. And this really concerned us because what if you're in a situation where you stopped because you were about to get hit, and then you realize, oh no, I have to go, I'm still gonna get hit, and the motor won't work. And there was nothing on the manual or immediately in their site that helped out with this. So we were a bit concerned, but after talking to them, they do seem like they want to fix this problem in the future, and they've got very helpful videos up to help you figure out how to do it yourself. It's not a difficult fix, but it should be made aware. We rate our mobility products 1 to 10 on a 6-point scale. Power, 10. This thing is insane. Build quality, 7. There were some problems that we wished were better at such a high price. Comfort, 10. I felt like I was standing on a cloud. Style, 9. It is a good-looking scooter. Unique features, 10. Scooter stands out. Value, 8. Remember how much Bob saved? Thanks for watching. Now let's review. For more tech reviews, subscribe below. Please like, share, and comment any tech you'd like to see us review in the future.